How did you guys make this video? They were talking like early 2000s. Y'all made a music video. Like that's not a small
Yeah.
feat. Like that's pretty impressive.
I actually signed up for a video program for free for the city of Clearwater, which they would let you go into this classroom. They would teach you, and then you were able to rent the equipment after you completed the course. So I had a big DV camera, and it was like one of those ones where you would rent it every you'd get it once every month or whatever. And it took me like a year of renting it just to finish getting all the footage in order to chop it up and then make the video. So it was crazy, but I ended up getting it done. And then,
Wow.
I used to, and it let you fill in a slot in the schedule of any time you wanted. And the only one that was like available at the time was like 3 to 5 in the morning. So I just put that video on repeat. And I remember people telling me stories of them coming home from the club and seeing the video on at 3 in the morning and shit. And they're like, yo, that was you guys. And it was just crazy how it sort of spread around the area because of that. And it was doing a bunch of shows. We did open up we found a guy that let us sell tickets, and we started opening up for, Slaughterhouse, Uncle Cracker, Head PE, Cut Calhoun from Tech Nine's Click, and all these people that come into town. If we sold the tickets, we'd open up, you know what I mean? And be able to, like, we were opening up, but if we sold tickets, that's how we made money.
Right.
And ultimately, those type of shows are building up the momentum and just always killing it with our shows. Our live shows was our best feature, and that ended up getting us a good name in the area.
So you went from leveraging local community resources, which arguably 95% of us have not even one time Googled what local resources are available to us. Let's be fucking real. So you leverage that to like.
I was even thinking just now, I was like, local resources. Man, my dog knows what he's talking about.
And I'm like, so you sit there and you do that, you which gives you a music video, and then you played that on TV. How did that work out? Like there was like a public
because I did the course. It was a public video program. You could just go like it's teaching kids how to use medias and this and that.
And then after,
so they would let you assign a slot of when you would play the video that you got done editing, and you could make a show. You could make this, but all I had was a music video, so I just put it on repeat for the 2-hour slot or whatever.
So that's like, because I just watched Wayne's World. So that's like what Wayne's World did with their public access TV in a sense. And you did that. So it's 2 hours of your one music video looping over and over again.
Well, there's actually also another video that we actually fucked around and wore some do-rags on our face and made like this stupid ninja video type fighting dumbass shit where we were just high doing some dumb shit. But it was that plus the music video. But that was on repeat for a long time. And for at least, like, I forget what it was, maybe a few months, and then it would play on the slot that I assigned it, and I just stopped going back to doing it. But that was my first experience with doing videos, because I was always the guy, the engineer, the beat maker, the videographer. I didn't really have camera experience, but now I know all that. And it's like I've always been this well-rounded, creative type dude, even with music being my number one, but because I had the drawing skill before that,
Yo, all of that's really impressive and interesting. I mean, you basically like I've never heard anybody pull a move like that to then unlock the next chapter where you leveraged fucking public television. And I mean, like that's a wild thought. Okay, like that's cool.
And it was almost like it was something that I just was doing because I loved it, and I knew it was. I just went. A lot of my life has been sort of like, letting the randomness of going into the unknown lead me to what I'm supposed to go to type thing, And that's sort of what that happened to be. Was I was like coming back from the beach or something, and I seen public, access TV or whatever, and I went in there and I'm like, what is this place? And so things like that is how it happens to be, where I wasn't like planning to leverage it. It happened to be that, and it turns out in retrospect to look like that. So it's like, it is dope how things work out, but it's always been the natural curiosity of just, wanting to figure shit out that's led me to a lot of things.
Which is honestly super valuable knowledge nugget mentality. If you think about, they say yes as opposed to say no, like find yes people, and that's just taking like a say yes approach to life, because a lot of people might have looked at that and said, who the fuck gonna watch it at 3 to 5 in the morning, backed out kind of thing. And usually that's how the story goes, but it's incredible that you took that route, and then it resulted into opening for a whole bunch of people probably earlier than you would have got that opportunity.
Yep. And I mean, it was like I said, some of the rappers that I'd meet later on, would be like, hold on, are you Feature Inc? The ones that used to play? Man, I used to see y'all's video coming home from the club at 3 a.m. from Ybor. And, you know, it's like a lot of people were actually inspired by that I never knew was reaching out to them. You know what I mean? Like from St. Pete to Palm Harbor to wherever around Clearwater area is like that gave us our little light to be noticed. And then we started doing our own shows first off. And like I said, then it turned into people seeing our dope show and our energy live. And then they started being like, yo, you can open up for these people if you sell tickets and blah, blah, blah. So